Hello.
Hi there, Ron calling from Tires Plus. How you doing?
Okay.
Am I speaking with Stacy?
It is.
Stacy, I understand you made a complaint. What happened?
And are you like the claims manager or the claims supervisor?
I work at the corporate office, so I've been asked to just investigate what happened.
Well, I took my car in for an oil change on February the 3rd, and I haven't been able to drive it since then, and now it needs a motor because they messed it up.
They messed it up? What? How could that happen from an oil change?
Well, when I picked it up, and it was leaking oil everywhere. And so I took it back the next day. I said, my car's leaking oil everywhere. And it was the Russell Parkway location. And so they said, no problem. We'll put it on a rack. We'll get it fixed. Don't worry about it. Well, I work at a dealership, so they called me. The manager called me a couple hours later and said, we got your car fixed. Everything's ready. I said, well, what was wrong with it? He said, well, when we changed your oil, we overfilled your engine, and it was oil residue coming out from under your vehicle. And I said, no, with the amount of oil that was coming out of my vehicle, that it was enough oil that it ran all the way down my driveway to the road. It wasn't oil residue coming out from under my vehicle. And so he said, well, let me get with the technician that looked at it, and I'll call you back. So he called me back, and he said, well, come to find out, they put 2 gaskets on your filter when they changed your oil, and that's what was causing it to leak. But we took one of the gaskets off, and we tightened everything back up for you. Well, instead of using just a regular wrench to tighten my drain plug, they used an impact wrench and tightened it so tight that it cracked my oil pan.
Oh,
so because of the amount of oil that my car leaked, and with my oil pan being cracked, now my car needs a motor. So a month later, they finally sent an inspector out to look at my car, and he just wrote up the report and sent it over where it needs a motor put in it.
Right. You see, now I'm reading through the notes that I have been provided here by my technicians. So, and I can see from the pictures here that there is a crack in the oil tank, correct?
Yeah, my oil pan is cracked, and it's been nothing but a nightmare. First of all, I was lied to by the manager of that location as to the cause of why my car was leaking oil to begin with. I don't know if he thought I was a female and just thought I was stupid and that I was going to believe that was oil residue coming out from underneath my car or what. But it took me questioning him to get the real reason as to why it was leaking oil to begin with, and that was that they had put 2 gaskets on it. Then when they tightened everything back up, they tightened the drain plug too tight, and it cracked my oil pan.
Right.
And I told them when I picked it up, I work at a dealership. I'm taking it straight back to my work. They're going to put it on a rack, and if it's still leaking oil, I'm going to be calling. So that's what I did. I took it straight back to my work. They put it on the rack, and it was leaking from the oil pan. They said, your car is still leaking from the oil pan and the oil pan gaskets, and that was because they had cracked the oil pan. So I called back up there to tell them my car was still leaking oil, and I've yet to hear back from the manager at that location.
Yeah, well, he has asked me to call you himself, ma'am, and investigate this, and he sent me over all the paper.
This was a month ago.
I've been very busy, ma'am. We have a pandemic going on at the moment. Everyone's working from home, and it's a very difficult time for us, okay? You're going to have to bear with us, but I am reaching out to you now. I do want to get this resolved today. The problem that I have is the manager at that location has put in the report that the oil tank was cracked when it came in. He said the oil tank already had a crack in it.
No, it wasn't. And I have every document from them where I took it in for the original oil change, where they checked my tires, where they did everything.
Yeah, and they found that you had a crack, an existing crack in the oil tank is what it says here, existing crack.
No, it doesn't.
So what happened is...
I have a copy of the paperwork.
I have
a copy of the paperwork.
According to my engineer...
Nowhere on it does it say my oil pan was cracked.
According to my... Ma'am, Ma'am, according to my engineers, when you brought the vehicle in, there was hardly any oil left at all. There was hardly any oil in the tank. You had been driving it around without any oil. And as soon as we put oil in, the crack became evident. That is what happened here, ma'am.
No, that's
the
not
reason
true
you
at
didn't
all.
notice the crack before is because you had been driving without oil for some time. No, ma'am.
Apparently, this is gonna require. I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau.
I understand that,
ma'am.
has
already been done.
I understand
I filed
that.
a complaint with the Georgia Department of Consumer Affairs. Y'all have had numerous complaints against that location specifically. I drove my car in there.
It's all circumstantial. It's all circumstantial, ma'am. That's not going to get you anywhere in court. The fact is that you were driving the vehicle without oil.
Because I have the paperwork and none of it states.
Paperwork's irrelevant. Paperwork doesn't change the ma'am. Ma'am, is the owner of the vehicle available? Is the man of the house available so I can explain this to him maybe?
No, I'm a single mother of 2 kids. I'm the owner of the vehicle.
I wonder how that happened.
Wow, you're very professional. You are very professional.
I certainly wouldn't drive around without any oil in my tank.
Working for them. Y'all want to come back now that y'all's inspector, y'all sent out, reported that my car needs a motor. Now y'all want to come back and try to say...
Well, it doesn't need ma'am, it needs a motor.
I ever took it to y'all?
Hey, shut up, lady. It needs a motor because you were driving it without oil, and that's your problem. Okay.
No, I wasn't driving it without oil.
Yes, you were.
I work at a goddamn dealership, and I have for 14 years. I'm not in.
If you work at a dealership for 14 years, why didn't you get them to change the oil? Why couldn't you change the oil yourself?
Because they're a very busy dealership, and I needed it done.
Well, you've been there for 14 years. They could have fitted you in at some point. You've been there for 14 years. They could have made you an appointment sometime instead of letting you drive around without any oil.
You know what? Listen here, you dumbass motherfucker. My goddamn dad died, and I needed to leave town. And they didn't have time to get my car in there that day to change my oil, so I took it down the road to them fucking idiots.
Hey, you better watch the goddamn potty mouth.
I needed to leave town because my dad died.
Right.
So don't sit there and say I should have had it done at my job.
So you killed your dad and you had to flee town and you didn't have time to put any oil in there. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. My car had oil in it when I took it in there.
Well, yeah, but it had a
My car had oil in it when I took it.
How do you know that? It had a crack in it. The oil could have leaked out before you brought it in.
No, it didn't.
Ma'am, the oil tank is very clearly cracked.
Okay, I need to talk to somebody besides you. I need to talk to somebody besides you because you're very rude. You're not professional at all. And you're sitting there insulting me as a fucking person. And that ain't nothing that someone in your position should do to a customer. You're trying to cover your ass and your fucking store's ass the best way you can, which I have everything I need to show that I have tried to resolve this issue with y'all before reaching out to someone else. I have been calling up there for a month.
I know you,
ma'am. My car fixed since y'all messed it up.
We know you have. We've been screening your calls for the last 2 weeks. Damn it! I was going to go supervisor.
Hello?
Ma'am, did you want to speak to my supervisor? Do you want to speak to my supervisor? Do you want to speak to my supervisor? Hello? I've been asking for 5 minutes.
I do.
If you'll shut your goddamn whore mouth, then I'll be able to do that. Jesus Christ.
If I'll shut my goddamn whore mouth?
Yes, one moment, please.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold.
Hello, thank you for calling Tires Plus. This is Clinton Kildepstein, the supervisor. How can I help?
Hello?
Yes, hello. This is Clinton Kildepstein, supervisor with Tires Plus. How can I help?
You're the same person that I just talked to.
No, ma'am, that's incorrect. I believe I was transferred this call by Iran.
Yeah, I'm still on the line, ma'am. That's clearly not the same person, is it? What's wrong with you? I think this lady's drunk. I think this lady's drunk, sir, by the way.
No, what my issue is that
The British
manager
accent, you
that
dumbass.
just told me to shut my goddamn whore mouth.
Fucking Lurleen
Very
Lumpkin over here.
unprofessional. He has spoken to me like insulting me as a person, and I don't know who y'all have running that place or who y'all have. What kind of person is he calling and talking to a customer that way?
Can I just ask, why do you keep insisting on adding the phrase "as a person" when you say things? You said
Why
he
did
insulted
you tell
me
me
as a
manager
person,
of
as opposed to what? A giant frog?
Why did you tell
A
me
fucking
as
yogurt?
manager of a corporation
What else am I supposed to insult you as, you dumb hick? Sorry, go ahead, sir.
Why did you tell me as a
Oh.
manager of a corporation to shut my goddamn whore mouth?
Man, I would like to try to help you resolve the issue. I believe Ron was just trying to assist you. Oh, that is step one.
No,
Did you
ask
shut
him why,
your whore mouth?
Ask him why he just told a customer that they needed to shut their goddamn whore mouth.
Well, in our protocol, ma'am, that is step one for customers such as you. You're speaking over me even now. So step one, shut your whore mouth
She was
so we
taught-
can fix your problem.
Very simple answer to that
I'm
question.
recording this.
There's a
I'm
very
so
simple
glad
answer
I'm
to that
recording
question.
this.
It's because she wouldn't shut the fuck up. She's talking even now. It's like a fucking
Yes,
machine.
I can see that.
Do you see what I'm up
Ma'am,
against here?
shut your whore mouth, please, so we can assist you with the problem, with the crack in the oil tank.
Yeah, keep on talking because I'm recording this whole conversation.
Well, that's fine. It's mostly going to be you talking on the recording anyway, isn't it? For fuck's sake.
No, it's going to be you talking to people like shit. That's what it's going to
It's
be.
going to take a lot of fucking editing.
Ma'am, can I please try to
I
assist you with
cannot
the
wait
problem?
to share this with
God,
my-
shut up.
I cannot
I'm trying
wait.
to help
I'm about
you.
to blast it all over.
Do you see what I mean?
All over.
Blah, 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 blah.
Terrible. Why did you send her to me? This woman is awful.
I'm so sorry, sir. She just won't shut up. It's incredible.
No, I took my car to y'all on February the 3rd, and I have not been able to drive it since because of your uneducated, untrained mechanics you have at your location. They messed my car up. Now it needs a motor, and y'all need to put one in it.
I think
Are
someone
you
put a
sure
fucking
it's not
motor in your
because you're
mouth.
a woman, ma'am? Is that the problem here?
Bogle.
I am prepared to.